welcome back to my channel. Today's video I want to talk about where I think I went wrong in my prep. So this prep for me has been kind of pretty much, or this past prep for me has kind of been pretty much all over the place. And even though there were times where I came in, I do believe at my best, I still think I could have been better, and I've not yet put my best package on stage to date. So here's the thing. In prior preps, in 2012, I hired a coach, and I worked with him until 2014. I didn't compete in 2015 due to a bunch of things going on in my life. And then in 2016, I came back and I worked with him again, but it wasn't necessarily him just mapping out everything for me. I did my own training, and I pretty much put my meal plan together, and then he would critique me and give me kind of like tips on, I think you need to do this, or this needs to be done, or change this up, that type of thing. So that had kind of been the case up until 2018. In 2018, I kind of did everything a little bit on my own, still with some input from him. And this year, I decided to go in a different direction. So I wanted to branch out and try something new and see if it worked or not, and that type of thing. So I started working with Team Pro Physique, and Paul did a wonderful job. I have nothing bad to say about Team Pro Physique. It's just some of the things just didn't work for me. And, you're going to find that in life, like in competing especially, that some things work and some things don't. Some things are a good fit, some things aren't that great of a fit. So anyway, I wanted to try some new approaches to competing. My first mistake I wanted to jump into junior nationals with only 3 weeks to prep. So we pushed hard for 3 weeks, and I got down to a weight that was comparable to the last weight that I stepped on stage, but I ended up just looking kind of almost skinny fat. And then in the carb up process, I used tilapia and jasmine rice. And the jasmine rice that I used was prepackaged from Kroger. So I have since found out that I have a slight food allergy to both tilapia and whatever is in the prepackaged jasmine rice. Now, when I make jasmine rice on my own, I don't have the bloating and the gas. But for some reason, something in the prepackaged rice, I don't know if it's a preservative or whatever is used, it just did not work well for me. And the last week, that's what I was eating, was tilapia and jasmine rice. And I haven't eaten fish on a prep since 2012. So, I wasn't really understanding where this bloat and this discomfort was coming from, and I didn't really mention it. I just kind of pushed through. I thought it would go away, and I just thought it was me and stress and blah, 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 blah. But here's the deal. This past week, actually, I had fish again. I had tilapia, and the same exact thing happened. And prior to that, about 4 weeks ago, I had some jasmine rice, again, the prepackaged, and it bloated the hell out of me. So I will not be eating prepackaged jasmine rice again. If I eat jasmine rice, it's going to be rice that I make myself. Tilapia, I just don't think my body agrees with it anymore. So no more tilapia, no more fish, no more jasmine rice. Anyway, that in conjunction with, dropping weight so quickly, I don't think my body responded very well to that. So leading into Universe, I had 3 weeks to bring in more condition. And let me tell you, we brought way more condition. So much to the point where Paul had told me not to flex my quads on stage because I had striations in them. So I felt really good about Universe. I really felt that was going to be my show. That was the best shape I've been in. But we couldn't get my body to fill out. And then on top of that, I had issues with my tan. And now looking back on pictures, the red suit that I wore with the AB stones really blended into my tan a little bit more. So even though my physique was probably one of the best ones, everything else just didn't go together. So again, we made adjustments leading into Master Nationals, which again was about 2.5, 3 weeks. So my body weight crept up slightly. We filled out a little bit more, but again, I was told that my conditioning was too much, that I was too lean. I needed to soften up and fill out a little bit more of my upper body. Along with that, and this was just Paul's critique, was that I needed thicker, fuller hair to kind of like complete the overall look of Bikini. I know that seems ridiculous, but in Bikini, it's like a beauty pageant and a physique contest all in one. So you have to have the whole package. So we again tried something else to try to get me to where I needed to be fuller for my last show of the year, which was going to be North Americans. So at North Americans, I feel like suit, hair, makeup, tan was finally all on point, but my physique was not. So I think we filled up, and that morning we looked good, but then I ended up not going on stage until almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So by the time I got to that point, I think I was overfilled. So again, I spilled over. And it's like, you know, this year, I really wanted it to be the year that I got my pro card, but things are just not working out. Either my physique would be on point and nothing else would be on point, or everything would be on point and my physique wouldn't be on point. So I'm back to doing my own off season and my own prep again. And my plan for leading into prep for next year and leading up into peak week for the show is not to change a thing. To go back to what I was doing, which was I keep everything the same up until the day before the show. And then that night I have a large cheat meal. I drink a little bit of water, and then that morning I get right back on my food. And I sip water backstage. I don't just intake a whole bunch of water. So I'm just gonna go back to what worked the last time. You know, I wanted to try something different and kind of learn, and I did learn a lot of new techniques and things like that that I will probably use on my general population clients, but not on myself for competing. So that's where I think that I went wrong in my prep this year. Also the fact that I did 5 shows. I chose to do 5 shows this year because I was given the opportunity to do that. And it was an opportunity I knew I would not encounter again. So I said, why not? Let's go for it. 5 shows is not something I recommend everyone do. It was very hard, very difficult. It was mentally exhausting. I feel so much better right now. And next year, I only plan on doing 2 shows. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. And we will just kind of see what my body does over the off season and go from there. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna try to get another video out for you guys tomorrow. It's going to be what I travel with, food I travel with while I am on vacation. So you can kind of see what that looks like. So I'm gonna try to get video all day tomorrow for you guys of the food that I'm taking with me and the meals and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll put all the links to my social media handles and anything else in the description box below. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. I will check in with you guys soon. Bye.